Right, let's start with England then, and Bukayo Saka, who's been speaking to the media in the last hour. Rob Dorset is at England's training base in Al Wakra. Good afternoon to you, Rob. So Saka's form at this tournament has been excellent, such an inspiration for the next generation amid such competition for places. But he clearly has a lot of faith in his manager, doesn't he? What's he been saying?
Yeah, absolutely right. Look, I think what's very clear is Bukayo Saka is very much enjoying his experience at a first World Cup out here in Qatar. Remember, he started 3 out of 4 games for England so far. Made a big call yesterday, Gareth Southgate, in including Saka in the starting 11 on that right wing, and he responded by scoring a goal in England's 3-0 win over Senegal. He's now got 3 for the tournament. He's the second top scorer in the tournament, level with Marcus Rashford, behind only somebody called Kylian Mbappe, and he is loving life. I think that's fair to say. He's brought the form that he had with Arsenal all season, helping them to the top of the Premier League, into this England setup, and his pace, his energy, his defensive nous in being aware of opposition breaks as well is what's given him the nod ahead of all of those other attacking options that Gareth Southgate possesses. And all in the last week or so up to the game with Senegal, we talked about the big calls Southgate had to make, didn't we? Who was he going to go with in the wide positions? And we've had nothing but admiration and praise for the England boss in the decisions he's taken since he's been out here. Remember, he chose Jude Bellingham in the opening game against Iran, and he's been an absolute revelation, probably England's most influential player since. He reintroduced Jordan Henderson in the second half of the 0-0 draw against USA when England were being overrun in midfield, and he got praised for that. And Henderson against Wales in the third group game and last night when he scored has been outstanding as well. So Southgate does seem to have the Midas touch at the moment with the calls that he's making, and that led to Bukayo Saka having a little pop, I think, at some people who've doubted the England boss, people who've maybe said that he's been a bit too cautious in the past. The Arsenal man is having absolutely none of that. Have a listen to what he said about Gareth Southgate and the way the players feel about the decisions he makes from here.
I'm not a manager, you know, I'm a player. Yeah, I have to trust Gareth and our coaching staff to obviously prepare their best game plan. But I think, you know, we can continue to do what we're doing. You know, we've been playing well and we've scored, like you said, the most goals in the tournament. So I don't see us needing to change too much. We all back the manager, of course, because, you know, he has an unbelievable record in these big tournaments, and he's taken us really far. And yeah, you know, he does make big decisions and he's got them all right. So I think we need to obviously just try and trust in him more, try and believe in him more, stop doubting him. And yeah, we should be in a good place and just trust him.
Yeah, I guess, Rob, very much what Declan Rice was saying, you know, a really nice team spirit going on in the team at the moment. The name, of course, that will dominate in both the English and the French media this week is the one that we mentioned earlier, Kylian Mbappe. Saka was asked repeatedly about the tournament's top goal scorer. What did he have to say about him?
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it? Because you're quite right. There's an awful lot of discussion inside the England camp and inside this team base where the media are as well between us about Kylian Mbappe. Of course, look, France have world-class stars all over their squad. Ousmane Dembele, Olivier Giroud up front. You can go on and on and on, but Mbappe is the one that really stands out. There's an awful lot of people that feel he is the best player in the world so far, and he's proved that in this tournament. He's leading the chase for the Golden Boot. His 2 goals in the last 16 mean he's got 5 for the tournament already, and he looks a real threat. And one of the key questions for England is how they counteract that threat. I think Gareth Southgate has worked very hard to get Kyle Walker back to fitness, because he's probably the only man in the England squad that can get close to Mbappe when it comes to raw pace. That's why England have worked so hard to give Kyle Walker the right minutes at the right time as he's recovered from this groin surgery at the start of October, and he's fit and good to go. And Kyle Walker's not done a bad job against Kylian Mbappe in the Champions League for Manchester City in recent times, so that will give them some optimism. But of course it was put to Bukayo Saka that maybe Mbappe is the best player in the world right now. Have a listen to how he responded, though, because it wasn't a confirmation that he thinks he's absolutely the best.
For me, he's one of the best players in the world. He's up there with the best players. And of course, you know, we know the quality he has, and as a team, we have to just try and prepare to try and stop him. But not only him, you know, France have a lot of other quality players as well, so we need to be aware of that.
Do you think you'll be the Kylian Mbappe of this World Cup?
First of all, thank you for your compliment, but no. I think there's only one Kylian Mbappe, and at the same time, there's only one me. You know, I just want to be myself and help my team in the best way I can. You know, there's a lot of young players in this tournament. I can name so many, and even in our team, you know, there's another young player alongside us doing unbelievably well, and Jude Bellingham as well. So I'm just happy that we're all here, we're all doing well, and the priority is to try and win the tournament rather than be the player of the tournament or young player of the tournament.
That's a lovely phrase from Bukayo Saka there, isn't it? A clever one too. He said there's only one Kylian Mbappe, but there's only one me as well. And I think that sums up the feeling in the England camp right now. They are very respectful of and very aware of the quality that France possess as the reigning world champions, but they're also very aware of their own quality, and they think they can cause France problems. We heard Declan Rice the other day, remember, saying that other nations ought to fear England as much as England might fear some of the biggest nations in the world. One other thing I will just mention, Vicky, in terms of Saka, he was asked about the ongoing situation with Raheem Sterling. Remember, Sterling left the England camp yesterday to be back home in London with his family after there was a robbery at his home, and it was put to Saka that maybe the England players have discussed this, because of course they're all away at the same time, leaving loved ones potentially and property back home unguarded to a certain extent. Have they reviewed their security plans? And he said, no, look, there's been absolutely no discussion about that as an England squad. They're focused very much on the football. And you do feel, when you're focusing on the football, that this is a defining game for England, don't you? A quarter-final against the world champions France. It's happening on Saturday. England are still carrying on their preparation. The real business will be later this week. Today is more about recovery and rehabilitation after that impressive 3-0 win over Senegal last night.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Thank you very much for now, Rob.